6 p.m. On June 12th, 2023, the DeLeon Board of Trustees. We have a quorum, all members are present. And the next thing on the agenda is the citizen participation. Actually, can we do the invocation? I know it's not on here, but we were.
You may.
Derek, would you do the invocation for us?
We would, bow your heads with me. Dear Lord, how we need you tonight. We ask, Lord, that you be that shepherd that you promised to be. I pray that you guide us, lead us. God, I pray for wisdom. I pray for clear thoughts and also the ability to express those thoughts. Lord, I pray for also a spirit of cooperation to rise up in this place, Lord. We trust and believe in you. God, I pray that although there may be differing opinions tonight, I pray for respect for everyone. And I pray that this discussion tonight would go well and your will be done. In your name, amen.
Okay, so for the citizen participation part, we've had several people sign up to speak. And the way that this generally works is that you have cumulative about 30 minutes to speak, and depending on the number of people, it's broken down in that time frame. I'm not going to go super hard on that, but usually people think 5 minutes is not a lot of time, but really it goes a lot faster than that. Just be thoughtful of other individuals wanting to speak so that you don't go really far over, and you may get stopped. We'll try not to stop you in the middle of your thought process. We're very glad that you're all here to speak. We want to hear what you have to say, so please feel comfortable telling us what you want us to know. And please be aware that if you haven't spoken before, it seems kind of rude the board doesn't respond to you, but that's just how the board does not respond back to speakers, so just be prepared for that. And so I think we're ready to begin that portion of it. I think that's a mark through. I think she's marked through, isn't she? Okay, so I think Gil is our first speaker.
Do you want me to keep time for you?
Sure, yeah, that would be great.
Or you giving everybody 5 minutes?
Yeah, we're gonna, I mean, I'm not gonna cut you off in the middle of a thought if you're close to it, so please go right ahead.
Okay, can everyone hear me? Great. So thank you for having us tonight, and I'm here to speak on behalf of Dr. Marable and the great job that she's done over the years, coming to DeLeon that was almost on the verge of going to state control and bringing it up to one of the top in the state. I believe Region 16 is one of the top regions in the state, and DeLeon is now one of the top schools in Region 16. Is that correct? 14, sorry. So Dr. Marable came here and has done a great job, great asset to the community, and personally I would like to see her stay if that's her wish to do so. And one of the things that I noticed when we voted for the board members, not one board member ran on the agenda of removing Dr. Marable, not one. And I don't know where all this came from. Y'all have to sort that out on your own. So I'll just go short. One of the things that she's done is pay for things as you went. Built a lot of buildings and facilities that are, I think, top in the state for our size school and our size district without a bond issue. And I think that's admirable. And so I think we've won the Super Bowl, and now you want to fire the coach.
Thank you. I think Gabe Price is next.
I don't really know where to speak yet. Is this a good spot?
Yeah, wherever you feel comfortable.
I'll go ahead here, and I'm going to address everybody, including the board, but also the community. I don't want to be here. I'll tell you right now. I was in Abilene this morning at my son's football camp watching him and his teammates play. This is the last place I want to be right now. But this morning, when I was enjoying that, I got several text messages with screenshots from Don Marable that said, "Shame on you, Gabe." So I called him. And he said, "You're behind my wife's employment or job or something." I said, "Don, I'm at a football camp in Abilene for the next 2 days. The last thing I care to get involved is any drama here." And he said, "Handle your SHIT," and hung the phone up on me. So I'm here handling my SHIT. Dr. Marable's done a lot of great things. She really has. You've been a blessing to this community. You've been a blessing to my family. You gave my daughter a scholarship at A&M, and I'm sure this shocks you that I'm telling you this, but this is something you need to hear. my character is being assassinated by somebody, not assassinated, some of y'all might not even like me, I don't really care. But that's my wife, and I have children that go to school here, and I have a business here. And if you have a problem with me, my phone number is on that window, or y'all can find me, and I'll be more than happy to talk to anybody. Anybody that knows me knows I have no problem having hard conversations and direct conversations with people. So we're going to talk about character, and I don't want to do this, but this needs to be talked about here. I was running for school board a week before the school board election. Don Marable walked into my office, sat at my desk, and accused me of having an affair with someone. Or excuse me, I was accused of being lovers with someone. That was the exact term. You can imagine how shocked I was. And then right after that, the conversation was who I did and did not need to vote for school board president if I were to get elected. Now, I just blew this out of the water, let it go, whatever. And we talked about other things. We addressed Dr. Marable. I was very honest with him. I told him they've been an asset to this community. I told him the truth just like Gil said. She has done amazing things here. And he said, are you running to get my wife fired? And I told him no, and I wasn't. But I was honest with him. I said, I would love to see an exit plan that y'all talk about. Who cares if it's a year, 3 years? Who cares? And we should have a parade and your name should be on that elementary. But that wasn't good enough. And that's fine. I'm glad. Hey, Cody, I'm glad you kicked my butt at school board. Trust me, I'm glad I'm not on this school board right now. But then somewhere along the line, between now and here, it's still okay to try to do things that are unethical and immoral and throw innocent people in the way of that. And it's okay around here. And guys, that's not okay with anybody here. It shouldn't be. And if it is, then shame on you. You don't have to like me, but there's standards and there's principles that we have to adhere to. And I'm sorry, but I don't think anything happens in my house that my wife doesn't know about. And I'd be shocked if any of y'all have something that your wife doesn't know about. You go talk to somebody in their office, walk into their place of business and have that conversation with them. And then today I'm in Abilene and I'm getting blown up on Facebook. And then I'm being accused of things I know nothing about. I don't have a clue what is going on with y'all. Nor do I care. I don't. I'm sorry, but I don't. Because the last thing I want to do is be sitting right here, right now. I want to be in Abilene eating pizza with a bunch of kids this tall talking about how great they were today at football. That's what I want to be doing. But no, I'm right here right now with my wife having to bring out, you know how embarrassing it is to have to talk about how a man walked into my office, the superintendent's husband, and telling me, accusing me of having an affair, and then telling me who to vote for. So at the very least, I'm not saying to get rid of her or have her resign. She's done wonderful things here. But I'll tell you this right now. There's ethics and there's morals, and those lines have been crossed majorly. And somebody needs to be dealt with on that. And if you think I'm lying, I've got video of him in my office having a conversation with me. I'm sorry to bring this up. I don't want to be here. Dr. Marable, I'm sorry to do this. I really am. This is not the way I wanted this to go. I've had to take like 8 baby aspirin because I feel like I'm about to have a dadgum heart attack. This is ridiculous, y'all. This is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm sorry. You have been a blessing to this community, 100%. And you can hate me after this, and I'm sorry to do that to you. But you know what? It's been done to me. So just so we know, ethics have been crossed. This is not good. And y'all want to keep supporting her? Y'all, when I walk here, y'all can talk all you want. That's fine. But that's not right. I'm going back to Abilene to take care of a bunch of kids.
James Morgan.
Well, I'm here as a citizen. I don't have anybody that works for the school. I don't work for the school. I'm just here in support of Dr. Marable because I think she's done a hell of a good job. You can see that sign up there. It says exemplary school. We've been that way now for 3 years, and I'm proud of our school. And I'm here in support of her. My question on this agenda was why? I understand somebody says it's because we want to go a different direction. I don't know. If we want to go a different direction, I'd like to know what that direction is, and I'm not asking, I know you can't answer out here, but what that direction is and what direction that we're going right now that's wrong. I think that's, if this board decides to eliminate and to discharge Dr. Marable, I think you owe that to the community to tell us why we're going the wrong direction and what that direction is and which direction we need to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Pat?
Well, I'm here because I'm in support of Dr. Marable. I'm probably the oldest fossil there on elementary campus and probably in the whole district. But I've been through 5 superintendents, and I would rank her as number 1. She's for kids, she's for the teachers, and I can't say enough good that she's done for this whole district. So, and if we're going in a wrong direction or we're switching directions, I'd like to know too, because I think we're all here for kids, number 1, not for anybody else, but for those kids. And that's what I'm there for, and still up there for.
Thank you. Mike Huddleston?
Well, I'm gonna come at this a little differently. And I've jotted down some notes really quickly. First of all, I appreciate each of your service. And I'm not here to lecture. You don't need a lecture from us. I would encourage you to this, as a board member of 10 years in this district, go home and read your board policy manual. There's a lot of stuff in there. It's boring stuff to read, but it's very important. It's what governs our school. When I was, I hate to say it this way, but when I was a trustee, there were 3 responsibilities of a trustee. One, and the most important, was to hire a superintendent. The second was to develop a budget with the superintendent. And the third, that maybe has a little something to do with why we're here, and that's not to manage the district. A trustee does not manage the district. If the trustees want to manage the district, you don't need this lady over here. And I can tell you from experience, you will have a dysfunctional board, and you will have a dysfunctional school system if that happens. And I don't know what's happened. I'm kind of like Gabe. I don't know what's going on here. But I would encourage both parties. I would have rather seen both parties sit down in private rather than have all of this and talk it out. It's just like there's a procedure, and I'm here, I guess that's the thing I haven't said, is I'm not here to support Dr. Marable or support the board. I'm not here to support or condemn anything. I'm here because procedures have got to be followed. And when you don't follow procedures, you're in a big hunk of trouble, because I've been through it. And it's something that will go with you for the rest of your life as a trustee. So just try to focus on that. And again, I'm not lecturing you or telling you what to do. There's a lot of rumors in De Leon. Man, we're good at that. And those rumors need to be dispelled tomorrow. Because a rumor mill is toxic. And so when you do, I think one way to say it maybe is consider board being as transparent as possible. And I've talked to Dr. Marable about this. When you lose, we've had great, and I think we still do. It's being challenged right now. But when you have great school-community relationship, you got a good thing going. I don't come to board meetings because I trust each one of you. I respect each one of you to use your common sense and make good decisions for this district. That's being challenged right now. The other thing is, and I'm gonna hush, is I got a lot of questions. And I'm gonna come to board meetings until I get some answers. And I'm not gonna ask them now because I understand. I've been there. It's hard to sit there and not be able to respond in a meeting like this. Thanks.
Peter?
My name is Peter Fagan. I was on the board for 6 years. I was one of the board members that hired Dr. Marable. At the time we did this, I don't believe anybody here truly understands the state of the De Leon Independent School District. We were in deep trouble. We needed somebody that provided the leadership to bring us out of that. And we looked at many candidates. And I'll have to say, as far as I was concerned, and I think the other board members, that there was no candidate that was any better than Dr. Marable. I went to many meetings in which I was able to talk to other board members from other school districts that do Dr. Marable. And they all, without a question, complimented us on our decision to hire her. I think she holds the attributes that we need at this school, and the main one is she loves the kids. I think her heart truly is for our kids, and that's what we want. We cannot have somebody that comes in here and is only looking for themselves or for the school district. It's for the kids themselves, and I truly know that Dr. Marable has that within her heart. I think she deserves enough respect from us, from what she's done. Even the gentleman before us here, who was somewhat angry, mentioned that he felt she'd done a great job. And I think she deserves the respect to have us talk to her, work whatever out is the problem, and do what's best for the school district. I understand each one of you that sits here on the board, I've been there, it's a hard decision. You have to make decisions. You know information that I don't know, and I respect that. And I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job. I'm just saying that we looked, I feel very comfortable with the decision we made, and I feel that she has done a wonderful job and deserves the respect of the community and of the board to treat her that way. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so this is that meeting, by the way, when we're supposed to talk about it, we have to have public meetings, so this is that meeting when we are going to talk about it. We're gonna move into executive session and have that conversation. And so after we come out of executive session, there is no action item. So I don't know that y'all wanna sit around and wait for us to have that long discussion. You're welcome to do it, but once we come out, we'll simply adjourn. But we appreciate, the board very much appreciates you coming to speak. You should always come to speak, whether we agree with you or disagree with you. This is your right, and the only way that we can know how you feel is coming and talking to us or catching one of us somewhere. And so this part of it, even though it's probably been a stressful scenario for everyone, this is what should happen. People should come in and let us know how they feel. So we appreciate all of you coming. And at this point in time, we'll move into